thank you very much for your time. For many supporters of the NDC and many people who score the president in his first 120 days, they say the president really has done well. Looking at the social contract he signed with Ghanaians, 26 of them, many people believe that he's achieved majority of them. But you think your party thinks otherwise?
Thank you very much, Tommy. I think that we watched the president yesterday. He set his own questions, answered, and graded himself. I don't think that we're at the point where these conversations are substantial yet. All that he did yesterday is to tell Ghanaians that he has started something, which we don't know if he will be able to complete it, and if he completes it, what the impact would be. But I think that right now, the conversation we should be having is about impact. The conversation we should be having is that in the past 120 days since he became president, all the things he says he has done, what has been the impact, the immediate impact? What problem has he solved? What problem has he solved with, all the things that he said he has done? That's really where the meat is. But we know that since he became president, cost of living has worsened. Cost of living has worsened. But when they were campaigning, that was one of the key things they said they were going to resolve. Today, unemployment has gone up. But when they were campaigning, they said they were coming to create jobs for our young people. Where are the jobs? The so-called 24 hours they canvassed across the country, and we told Ghanaians that this is a scam. Today, in the first year of his administration, having touted 24 hours, we are not going to see anything about 24 hours in his first term. Second term, perhaps we'll see, perhaps we will not see. But I can tell you more so that we will not see, because if we can't see the first year, the second year, what can you expect? So all the exercise yesterday was an exercise of nothingness, because we cannot point to any tangible outcome. 100 days. Dumsor is here. The country we're experiencing a lot of light outages, power outages, than it was when it took over. Since President Mahama took over, today, our judiciary is under siege. Is that what the 120 days, that's what it should be about, not about some pointers that he has written on paper. He said that he wants to appoint ministers in 14 days. What is the value of that? What's the consequence of that? And what has been the effect? So for me and for our party, we think that we should focus on the things that matter. The impact that Mahama has had in 120 days on our economy, on our country. And if you measure across board, you realize that the gain is a net loss for this country. Is 120 days has been a setback for this country. And I think that the minority is right. The minority leader is right today when he captured it, that we're moving from light to darkness. And that, for us, is the proper assessment of this 120 days, and not things that he has put on paper. I'll commission this, I'll launch this, I'll launch that. We're talking about impact. In 120 days, what impact has he had on the Ghanaians who had voted for him? And for many of the young people across this country, his impact has been devastating.
Great.
The young people who had jobs before he came, have lost jobs. So unemployment has gone up. He has not done anything, he has not created any opportunity for people. Rather, he has affected people's gains before he came to office. What they had, they've lost because he had become president. And I think that really is the verdict on his 120 days.
Richard, you talk about impact. Well, the president promised to take off e-levy, which he has done, which a lot of people had issues with, and you could see the jubilation that greeted the decision to really scrap e-levy. You also talk about impact. The cedi is currently, appreciated against the dollar, which is also an impact for many businesses, because recently Guta said that the recent, appreciation is a good sign that business, the stability in the cedi and business and helping businesses. And so when you talk about impact, people can identify these two particular impact. Also about jobs. He launched the Jumera, the National Apprenticeship Program. All these are geared towards job creation and reducing unemployment. And so when you mention impact and jobs, these are clear examples for you to see that there's something in the pipeline to address these issues.
Yeah, so, okay, so let me start from where you just ended. On the Jumara and apprenticeship, what's the impact? Something that has been launched is not done. We don't know how it's going to go, who is going to benefit, whether or not the disbursements that are supposed to go are going to go. So you don't celebrate that now. It's like you're putting seed in the ground and you're celebrating already. What if it doesn't rain? What if the thing doesn't germinate? So that's not the point. We are not going to say commissioning is not equal to completion and impact. You can assess that from inception. That the matter about your other point, you see, the e-levy, the betting tax, the value or what you see people celebrate is the political euphoria created around that. Otherwise, 1%, okay, that has been taken off, and that probably the 1%, which is the e-levy, is probably broad-based. If you take the 10% betting winning, tax on bet winnings, that is actually even limited. The population of Ghanaians, or mostly people who participate in that, is even limited. But the celebration that you say, quote unquote, is because of the political euphoria around that. And if today, if MPP were in power, that tax would have been gone as well. You understand? The MPP will promise we're going to remove it. And in fact, what would have been better if MPP were in power today is that the COVID levy itself would have been gone as well. Now, you see how the NEC is dilly-dallying around the COVID levy. Why can't they remove it? Why are they acting as though it is too complicated to remove it? When they said they were going to remove it, didn't they know what it took to remove it? So they didn't want to remove the COVID levy. It is there. They are collecting money from that. They have estimated in this year's budget to collect somewhere around 3 billion, in excess of 3 billion Ghana cedis from the COVID levy handle alone. So it is the celebration, you say, it is just because of political euphoria. But then the point is, Tommy, take away that 11%, if you like. Okay, even though the 10% is not broad-based, but take it for granted that is reduced that by 11%. Now he's turned around and increased your utilities, which everybody, the coverage of water and electricity is broad-based. Okay, imagine that about 18.77%, about 19% addition. So what is that? What impact is that? It's a net loss. It's a net loss for a Ghanaian. So we are talking about what impact. But you see, the people who have lost their job because President Mahama became president, they have lost it and they have lost it. But then on the back of having lost their job, they would have to foot more, they have to pay more for their electricity, they have to pay more for their water, they have to pay more, okay, for cost of living, because His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and the NDC have gone to review the special import levy, okay, and extended it to 2028. On the back of that, what it means is that cost of living is going to continue to go up. Today, when he came, cement was somewhere about 85 Ghana cedis. Today, you buy cement around about 120, 125 Ghana cedis. You understand? So there is a net loss. Ghana has experienced a setback by virtue of the election of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. The exercise he did yesterday is to polish on debt. And to fool us into thinking that by commissioning something, by starting something, just imagine to organize a national economic dialogue. I mean, what's that? To organize, I mean, you see, so we are celebrating mediocrity. What he did yesterday was a celebration of mediocrity and telling us that we are in pain and all he's going to do is say, well, I'm starting this, I'm starting that, so you should believe that is going to solve your problem. But
Richard, there are many who also say that this particular economic dialogue resulted in the budget being prepared, and it's the results we are seeing, for instance, the stability of the city. So many would disagree with you. Hold on. The budget saw a number of reliefs and the taking away of the taxes that they've mentioned in it. Hold on, Richard. With the exception of the COVID tax, which the finance minister has explained that will be done in the next budget. We've had government officials explain that is a whole gamut of the VAT, and so the next year budget will deal with it. But aside that, the number of promises that they made.
What question are you asking me?
Hold on, Richard.
No, I don't have to hold on.
Richard,
you are saying that.
Richard, hold on.
I mean, hold on. You hold on. You are saying that economic dialogue has been had, and that has impacted the economy. That has impacted the budget. Where is the impact?
I am saying that the National Economic Dialogue was held, a promise that was made, and that has been achieved. And the recommendations, government officials have told that the recommendations from the National Economic Dialogue went into the preparation of the budget. And so some of the economic gains we are seeing.
What aspect of the budget reflects that? This budget they have brought forth, agriculture, you heard that was said to you today. If you take away what was budgeted, what is budgeted for compensation, about 900,000, 900 million, right? You are left with about 600 million for the whole agri ministry to operate with. Okay? Is that what we are getting from there? Is a national economic dialogue is the what is it the recommendation to say that let's review, okay, or not review, let's extend the special import levy? How does that help in lowering cost of living? Something that was set to expire. You have reviewed that for the full term of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. So what exactly is the great idea that has come from there that is transformed the budget? So therefore, just by having the dialogue qualifies for an achievement. Is that what we are talking about? Is that a product that is being made, that the result has been seen, that we've had a meeting, and so therefore somebody gets a brownie point for just calling a meeting? Is that really how we're going to reduce governance now? It's not about outcome. It's just about organizing a meeting. It's just about commissioning a project. It's just about sharing parts. That's really what it is. Where is the production? Where is the product? Where is the outcome?
Okay,
Richard, let's not lower the standard in that manner.
Richard,
120 days.
Richard.
If yesterday, Sunday, let me just conclude for you. Yesterday, if the president had told us, an intervention would be that when I came, I told you I was going to solve Galamsey, and I came in 120 days. This and this and this are what we have done. Look at the turnaround. There's nothing like that to point to. Galamsey has worsened. Okay, but he told us he was going to deal with it. This blue water thing that we were talking about, there were water wardens under the Akufo-Addo administration even before they came. So that blue water guards that they said they put in place, how has that changed the situation on the ground? So I'm just telling you that let's not celebrate this mediocrity.
But Richard, the president, hold on, Richard, hold on. But the president never said he was going to stop Galamsey within 120 days.
But he put it in his manifesto, his social contract.
He didn't say he was going to stop Galamsey.
No, I'm saying that the intervention, where is the turnaround? Have you seen a turnaround? Which means that the 120 days of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama has not had any impact on the fight against Galamsey.
Okay, just hold on. Richard, thank you. Don't go. Just be on the line.
Made any impact at all.
Okay, just be on the line. Let me speak to Mustafa Agbandi. He's the Deputy General Secretary of the NDC to also react to some of the things that you said at this particular